Hey guys, today I wanted to discuss a game franchise that I frequently bring up on my channel and just haven't had time to talk to you guys about yet, and that is the Prince of Persia series. Prince of Persia started out as a 2D platformer that quickly made its way to consoles with Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time in 2003 in a 3D game, and that game is basically the Spider-Man 2 of the Prince of Persia franchise. It's still heralded as a masterpiece despite its age. And I'd have to agree, it's a very good game. And the follow ups, though divisive, each were competently made and each have their own cult following, basically. Now, Prince of Persia was kind of the precursor to Assassin's Creed and even Uncharted to some degree. It really inspired the platforming game mechanics, the adventure style games, and I really would like to see it make a return, as I know a lot of fans would as well. The reason that we haven't seen a Prince of Persia game in so long is that its spiritual successor, Assassin's Creed, has very much grown into its own standalone thing and didn't ever need the Prince of Persia to help support it. And in fact, it's outsold Prince of Persia a lot. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time sold very well for what it was, but since then, a lot of the games were very divisive. The 2008 Nolan North Prince of Persia game was very divisive. The Warrior Within was extremely hated on at when it was first released. I still don't personally like it. I know that it has gained kind of a cult following. The Two Thrones was divisive, and The Forgotten Sands was also divisive. That was the last game we saw from Prince of Persia. It came out in 2010. So that's a long time. That's almost a decade without seeing this character whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And Ubisoft started out saying that they had something in the works, but even that has died down, and it doesn't seem that there's any whispers even of this character being brought back. Now, with so much oversaturation from Assassin's Creed and not seeing another beloved character in 10 years, fans get to the point of wanting something new. And while I see why Ubisoft stopped making Prince of Persia games, I do believe it's time to give the character a second chance. The problem, I believe, was the same problem that they're beginning to run into with Assassin's Creed, and that is that they put out games too quickly. They were putting out about a game a year, and fans were getting a little bit oversaturated, and also they didn't know which direction the series wanted to go. They kept giving it different tones, different feels, and it really, I think, messed with a lot of the fans' expectations. People who enjoyed The Sands of Time didn't like the other two. People who liked the other two didn't like the reboot or The Forgotten Sands. And so the games just stopped selling well. So how could they bring this franchise back? I think that there's two main factors. One, Prince of Persia games, I don't think the fans expect some huge major overhaul or change to the formula, even all these years later. Prince of Persia always worked as a linear game, and I think it still could. An open world game wouldn't hurt, but I also think that Prince of Persia could still prove that linear storytelling works. This wouldn't require a huge team anymore. This could basically be done by almost an indie team if they got the right mechanics to work on the parkour system. That's really all that the fans require, is a fun parkour system and an engaging combat system with some fun puzzles throughout. Again, an indie team could basically make this at this point. Even if it was a spiritual successor, that would be cool, but most of us want to see the original character that we all know and love once again. For anyone who doesn't know, the Prince of Persia in The Sands of Time was actually voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and I'd love to see him make a return. If you haven't played the games, I highly recommend playing at least The Sands of Time. It's a very good game, and I don't think you'll be disappointed, despite the fact that it has aged quite a bit. The other thing is that the game would need to, if they want to bring the franchise back, they have to make something that will please the hardcore fans. They have to look and realize that The Sands of Time is still the most beloved game and make something in that vein. Even if it's just a remake of The Sands of Time, I think fans would go crazy about it. Anyways, if you played the game, let me know in the comments below what you think would need to be done in order to bring the franchise back. Do you want to see it come back? And if you haven't played it, again, I highly recommend that you do. Thanks you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.